Welcome, and welcome back to the people that actually joined in this morning for the online trade event we have here together with Shuffle-Mix, and we also have it together with Unifiller Europe. Doing a quick introduction here of the team. So we have Eric from Shuffle-Mix, Eric Cambais from Shuffle-Mix, and we also have Martin. But where's Martin?
He should be here.
He should be here.
He should be here.
But this guy always has so much energy, and we actually had the question
Hey
before,
guys, I just made it. I was on a short trip to Uzbekistan. Hey, how are you? Hey guys, how are you? Hey,
You're always on the road. You're always traveling. Always.
Just,
okay.
I think before we start, I just gonna get.
You want to take that off?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Martin is back, luckily. But the guy always has so much energy, and I don't know where he gets it from. It must be in the genes. Anyway, I want to introduce also Terry Kaltebank from Apex Motion Control. Oh, now you're back. That's good.
Right.
Yeah, but no further introduction to Martin from Unifiller Europe, Martin Hornsteiner. But again, thank you so much for signing in. The people that actually joined this morning, if you're still watching us, it's great. We really appreciate it. We are very honored that you guys take the time in the middle of your day or this afternoon to watch us. Hopefully you'll learn something today.
So actually, yeah, I think what we're going to show
actually,
today.
it's you first. Yeah, it's you first. You start first.
What we're going to show today is something like a small dessert production. We start here on this side with a small Unifiller depositor, our smallest ELF, our entry-level filler, tabletop model. And what we do here, we just create a very simple dessert. We have here a layer of sponge. I'm going to put a berry filling in. We're going to put another lid of sponge on top. And later, we're going to put a whipped cream rosette. So we have, I don't know how many hundreds of Unifiller machines we have sold in the last 17 years since Unifiller Europe exists, and how many of these machines had a hand nozzle. So that means I'm pretty sure there is a lot of customers out in the field that have people actually depositing for hours with this hand nozzle. So our goal is to find these customers and see where we can help them and their people to make life easier for them. So what I do now, I just deposit manually. A robot would do this the same way, okay? So, following to that, we're going to put it on the conveyor. And talking about these conveyors here, I want to come to a certain point, what we do here. What I'm going to do, I just put them on. Martin, maybe you can come on this side and continue here. And I will talk a little bit about the conveyor. So, actually, like we have said, we have been working a lot together with Apex and as well with Shuffle-Mix. And in the last couple of years, we have developed together a very nice design of a food-proof conveyor system. What we see here is a very simple conveyor with a control. You see here with a just speed control, forwards, backwards. We can run this slower or faster, but we have the same conveyors as well with PLC controls and sensors, so indexing conveyors, and with that we can easily automate such processes that I did here by hand. So it's always different ways, and our goal is together we find for our customers the most flexible solution and the solution that he can use for a lot of other products in the future as well.
I'm not a production worker. I'm not that fast here.
Yeah. Neither am I, Martin.
But while I prepare these, then maybe you can go over, Eric can explain a little bit about the Shuffle-Mix in the meantime.
Correct. Martin, thank you for promoting the conveyors as well.
Yeah.
It's a part of the whole integration, actually. This is the shuffle mixer. So what is a dessert without cream on top? So we are going to decorate the cups with the cream together with a robot. So automated cream depositing. Over here we have the Shuffle-Mixer 100, which is our smallest model. It can aerate 100 kilograms cream in an hour. So the cream is coming in here. Martin, maybe you can take some more cream for
Yeah,
us.
sure.
You can also connect it directly to a tank if you have a cream tank available. It works like this. There is a pump underneath. It takes the cream out of the tank, and then we run it through the system, and finally the pump pushes it through the hose out of the system. In the system we have an
Sorry, Eric.
flow.
That one?
It's in the bowl already.
Good.
Out of it. So in the system we add the air, the required amount of air we like to have, and we mix it together, and it gets aerated. So we can precisely control the aeration, the overrun which we require. Today we're using Piratus Ambiente. Yeah,
So you see, I just have a tank here, so I actually pour the liquid cream into the tank.
We can add any type of cream we like. It can be dairy cream, non-dairy creams. So today we have, what I said, Piratus Ambiente, a non-topping, and non-dairy topping. So what I said, maybe we can be closer into the screen. I can set my pump speed. At the moment it's 52 liters per hour. I add 150 liters of air, which actually means that we have an overrun of 300% we are running today, which is quite challenging for an aerated product to be deposited through a robot itself. Our mixer is around 440, so we aerate it quite well. Once we have set this, you can store it in a recipe, so you have this data available for the next production lot tomorrow. So when I push the start button, it starts to run, and in this case, it will fill the robot system. We have a compensator to control the flow exactly to have a very nice dosing over there. I think you explained the rest.
Yeah. So what we have over here is the robotic system, and it's sort of sitting behind, but it's our BakerBot from Apex Motion Controls. For the people that did not watch the morning session, what the BakerBot is that it's a collaborative robot. And what does that mean? That means that the arm that we're using is safe to use around humans without any guarding around it. So the way they do that is that they actually have sensors, or they measure the force that it takes to move the arm from left to right or up or down. And if anything gets in its way beyond the force that it was calibrated with, or the weight that it was calibrated with, it will stop. So it's a very safe robot to use for these type of applications. Apex Motion Controls have been building robotic systems for over 20 years. We have a long-standing history with working with Unifiller systems, of creating decoration systems. And that's actually what I stand with here in this tablet, is that we actually have our proprietary software where an operator can actually create the decorations. So today on this single serve, what we're going to see is we're going to see these small glasses being decorated with a little rosette. I know when you saw here, it doesn't look like a rosette, but you'll see the decoration. But you draw the path. It means that you don't need to have a robotics integrator or a robotics engineer on staff to kind of create these new designs. You have the flexibility as the end customer, the end baker, to actually create your own decorations, just like you do now with a piping bag. What we use in this case here is we use actually a scanner. We scan the object, we scan the glass in this case, so we can find where it is. As you can see, they're random on the conveyor. So you don't have to have them perfectly placed. They don't have to be in a grid. The scanner will actually locate them on the conveyor. Later on, we'll actually decorate some pies as well, and you'll be able to see how easy it is to go from one type of decoration to another. So with this system, you can easily, with just simple use of your tablet, you can easily switch between one decoration and another. So what we start with always is we've just purged the system. We've just filled it up with whipped cream. We want to make sure that we get the right consistency coming out. So with purging the system, we just make sure that the cream consistency that Eric actually mixed up with the Shuffle-Mix is correct. And once the system is primed and purged, then we'll start up. So there you go. You can see we get a nice consistency out. Now, with previously, if you had this done with a piston pump and you had this mixed in a basically a regular planetary mixer, it could be hard to get this easy, smooth consistency. And that would make it more difficult to decorate with automation and equipment and robots. But because we have the collaboration between the companies here, we can actually connect this straight to our nozzles, and we get a good consistency out of it.
And not only the consistency, we can have immediately the cream once we like to have it.
Yes,
so
yes.
We have control over the flow.
It's all the time we have it. So, we ready, Terry? So we'll start up the conveyor here, and you'll see them pass under the scanner. And the scanner, you can see this red laser light basically detects where the glasses are. And as they've passed through, the robot will then find them, and they will go up and start decorating them. So as you can see here, we put that little swirl on top of them. And again, you can adjust this as you like. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller, you can have more rotations if that's what you want. You basically have full creativity over the design. So now that we've done this decoration, I'll just show you very quickly how easy it is to switch from one created pattern. I don't know if the sun is kind of shining in here. I think it's hard for the cameraman to see it. But we can also do these presentations one-on-one. If more people want to have a more detailed look on this, we can do an actual product demo, and you can see how every feature of this is actually working. Now I think we're getting in there. So we've obviously created some patterns previously here. This software operates on a PC, so a regular, you'll be familiar with a PC. And here we just have, we call it the Dutch fly. It's a fly or a pie from Holland, Eric brought to us. But you see here that we basically have a pattern that has created. Now, that doesn't look like much. It's a bit of a jerky line. But you'll see what it creates on the actual pie, because what we've spent the last 15, 16 years developing is basically the play or the connection between the pumps, the icing, the nozzle, and the robotic movement. And that's all being put into this software where for an operator it's easier to adjust. You see out here on the side, I have a lot of preset values where I can adjust when the nozzle opens, when the pump is pumping, and so far. So, but enough of that. If there's more questions in regards to that, you can ask afterwards, and we can do more detailed demonstration on that. But let me start with some pies.
Not sure if you like to see the detail.
So we'll put the pies down here on.
So again, the scanner scans the pie and knows where the center is, and will start filling those.
So as you can see here, again, we don't have to have a set distance or a certain height. The scanner will actually find the height of the pie. It will find the location of the pie. I'll put one there. And it will do that for you. Because we know that cakes are not perfectly the same height every single time. They will vary. They will vary in shape and size. And therefore, the vision system that we're using has to compensate for that. So as you can see here, it was basically a selection. So for smaller production runs where you have high variety of your products, so you do single serve, you do pies, you do maybe some rectangular cakes, it's quite easy on this system to go from one cake design to another cake design, and you can do many, many different top decorations with the robotic system. And again, why did we build this robotic system, and why is it doing the job that it's doing? Well, there are statistics out there, and we all are feeling it. There's a labor crisis, there's a labor shortage. In North America, there's been a study, within the next 10 years, we're going to have up to 27% of factory workers and blue-collar workers missing of the labor force because, or the workforce, because basically the baby boomers are retiring. There's not enough of the younger generation to take those jobs. And a lot of the baby boomers had advised their son or daughter to go into academia or go to university. So there's simply not enough people to do this job. And actually decorating is a skilled job. You actually have to have good, can we call them artists, to actually do that, or pastry chefs, and there's simply not enough. The robot, and it's a tough job, like squeezing a piping bag all day long is hard. So having the robot actually do this for you, and it will do it 7 days a week, 24 hours, and it won't complain. It will show up every day. So, so a lot of people are starting to implement these. I think that's enough for this
I would say
presentation.
It was,
yeah, it was short but sweet. We
saw it after. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
We tried to.
So Marco, is there any questions came in during the session here?
This sounds a little bit like a German thing, like XY ungelöst.
So first of all, welcome from my side as well to the audience. Thank you for joining this event today. Thank you guys for that great demonstration you did. Very good job.
Thank you.
We have a couple of questions here coming in from the audience. So I will basically give the questions to the individual person, to these three gentlemen. So we have one question coming in from Bob. Bob is asking actually for the Unifiller depositing machine. So Bob is asking if it's possible with the Unifiller machine to deposit a hot soup. In general, the question maybe, is it possible for hot products? Because what we saw now is basically a cold product. So it's a fruit filling that we deposit, but it would be interesting to know if in general hot products are possible to deposit and what would be the temperature that we can go up to.
Okay, it's an interesting question. So just lately, in the last 2 years, I would say more and more, we see more and more demands for hot fillings, and we have sold many machines of different sizes in big kitchens, often as well on packaging machines where the products, soups, sauces, stews are filled at a temperature between 85 to 95 degrees temperature. So the only thing we're going to change in our machines is the plastic pistons, because they expand on a certain temperature. They just have a smaller diameter, and that's it. So a customer that has cold products and decides now he want to do it with the same machine hot, just needs to call us and gets another set of hot or extra hot pistons.
Okay, so
definitely it's possible.
Okay, so the maximum temperature is basically 95 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for answering this question for Bob. Then we have some question for Martin Rees from Apex. So Pete is asking actually if it's possible or is there a possibility to deposit more than one pot or one glass at the same time?
There is. So what we saw today just had one nozzle on it. We do many decorations where we actually have a depositing head where we actually are depositing 4 or 6, for example, on cupcakes, where you have cupcakes coming down in a clamshell or on a plastic carrier. We deposit, of course, all of them at the same time because they are known grit. What we were demonstrating today here is a random. This could also be, let's say, in a catering service where they had cups that they wanted to, again, fill with soup, or they wanted to have some ketchup in or whatever. We could put basically a Unifiller pump right here, and we can just do that deposit, just like Martin was demonstrating, right? So we can do either or. So we select the tooling for the application.
Let's say typically what could happen is, let's say, Eric, can you take 2 glasses as well, please? Let's say we have something coming down the line, always in a blister or something like 2 and 2, but one is like this and one is like this.
Yep.
And the robot needs to see always the 2. So if the 2 have always the same distance, the robot could actually do that and could do that.
Exactly.
So it would be a multi-head.
It would be a multi-head, yes, exactly, exactly. We're trying to, what we do here is when we're doing, as you saw, the decoration itself is about half a second to do the decoration. The travel distance, of course, is whatever distance there is between the pots, so that can slow it down. But to do a decorations like this, putting on, what is there, 25 grams or so of whipped topping, it takes about half of a second.
I have one interesting point. That's a good question because we have people, they spray X, for example, X spray on a product. And very often when you have X spray, it's a mess everywhere. So this could be often the solution as well, where the robot would just go just on the spot, exactly where the spray needs to be and not making all the trays and all the belt and everything dirty with egg. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thank you very much,
You're
Martin,
welcome.
for answering. One question in between that I will answer basically, Xavier was asking if the 2 sessions are recorded. Yes, both of them are recorded, so we're gonna, or if you are interested, we can send you the videos later on. Just let us know you have the email address of the 3 gentlemen and we can basically send you all that videos that we took here and more information.
Yeah.
So Eric, we have one question for you basically, which is always a very interesting question that basically not only for the shuffle mixer, but also for the Unifiller, the cleaning of the system, because cleaning usually takes a while. So how is it with shuffle mixer if you work now with the cream to clean the complete system?
Okay, good question. Actually, for cleaning, we use a CIP system. CIP stands for cleaning in place, which means actually we don't need to dismantle the whole system, but we just start to circulate the water over the system and clean the system by this. I will show you how it works on this system. Terry, maybe you can. So we have over here, and hopefully you can see it, yeah, a dedicated cleaning pump. We call it a CIP pump. It's a centrifugal pump. It can generate 6,000 liter water per hour, so that's enough to get the system cleaned. I can open the bypass valve, so it pushes all this water through the system. When I take the hose, which is now connected to the compensator, take it back to my tank, I can start to circulate the water. And then the procedure is like this. First one, push the product out. Second cycle is to rinse the product or rinse the system. Third cycle is to clean the system with detergent. And finally, you have to rinse with water. While the system is operating, you can do something else.
Go and have a coffee.
Timer inside.
We have
a coffee or cleaning your Unifiller or whatever you like to clean. So this is actually the cleaning procedure.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. So what we saw today was basically we used whipped cream or fresh cream, but the bakers have other products as well, which they would like to run on these systems. So a question that came up from J is for Martin from Apex. Is the baker bot, is it possible to do decorations with a chocolate cream as well?
It is. So we have many of our customers that are, for example, decorating cookies, and we go down with actually chocolate. Now, most of the decorations we do is with compound chocolate. It's easier to work with in the baking industry, but we also can decorate with real chocolate. Now, you need a tempering system. You need different delivering mechanisms to deliver the chocolate, but it is possible for the actual decoration and movement of the robot, for sure. We can do that.
How about if somebody would like to whip egg white?
Egg white is also possible. Meringues, we can narrate meringues, for instance. So that is an option as well.
Yeah, because Martin, we're actually going to Denmark next week. In Denmark, it's very common to do what we call these flødeboller, which is actually an egg white mass that we are depositing, and they're being deposited on these small biscuits.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
So thank you, Martin, for answering. So chocolate is possible, but you would need a heating system basically to warm the chocolate or to keep it warm.
And by the way, we from Apex also provide a heated holding tank, and I know Shuffle-Mix also can provide a heated holding tank. None of us provides a tempering system, but we can definitely advise you where to get that.
So Eric, you spoke about the SIP system, so cleaning in place system. So Magnus brought up a question basically asking, can you also sip from the robot nozzle, so all together?
All together. It would be a possibility that we can definitely connect the robot nozzle so everything stays together and you get an outlet hose, what Eric was showing, that he takes his outlet and puts it back into the tank. We can take it from the robot nozzle and go into the tank so everything stays together and gets sipped together, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So one more question for Martin regarding the Unifiller. We saw you basically depositing with a hand nozzle. So the question that came out up from the audience was, how heavy is the hand nozzle? If you work with it for a couple of hours, is it tiring for your arm to do the movement all the time?
A question I cannot answer, because when I work in production, I give it away after 5 minutes. And for
That's why you have so much energy.
Yeah,
you let everybody do
but it has the hard work. It has a lot to do how you hold the hand nozzle. Maybe you have recognized what I did. So you have to really stand comfortable, because sometimes when I start working, people go like they are used with the pastry bag. They stand like this, so you have to really stand comfortable like this, hold it with 2 hands. And then we have as well, for example, a balancer that we can fix on the ceiling. Either you fix it here or even better here. So that takes already a lot of the weight away, okay? But you still have the flexibility. Better is, of course, give it that brother in the hand. This one.
To the robot.
Okay. That's even better.
Okay.
That's the future. Anyway, because I'm one of the baby boomers as well. So in hopefully 3 years, no, I'm kidding.
See.
I will stay longer, but there's a lot of people in production. They are happy when by 65 they can go to retirement, because they have done this for 20 years, and they say, I have hold the pastry bag long enough, or the hand nozzle.
They get carpal tunnel.
It's a hard job in the bakery, you know. And that's, by the way, the hard job. What do we do with the robots? I mean, dull jobs, hard jobs. For example, yesterday when we had the other customers here, their main purpose was, it didn't come down to return on investment. Why do I invest in the robot? It's really hard to find a return on investment. Even within 3 years, it's hard to get it. But the customers themselves said for them, the most important thing is actually the bag, problems with the bag, the heavy trays, the dull work, and the third thing, people that they are just not there. Yeah. So they can't find the people. Those are the most reasons to invest in the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the robot can do the job.
Can handle it basically.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. One more thing regarding the product waste, because this is also a topic. We don't want to waste a lot of product nowadays, even all the time we don't want to waste it. So basically for the hand nozzle, because I see there is a hose on the hand nozzle, so how much product is actually left in that hand nozzle, and is there a possibility to get it out, or most of the product?
It's always a question that people have, and first thing I tell them, today, how they work today, they give so much product away because they don't have a weight accuracy. Still, now they have the weight accuracy, they want to get this last 400 grams, depending on the product, out of the hand nozzle. We have a possibility. We have something like, we have a cleaning brush that you can push through the nozzle, and we have as well something on the cleaning brush. We have another thing with a piston, so you can push a product out. But to be honest, when the boss turns around, people just flush it down. You know, that's the owner wants it, and the people in production, they say, flush it down.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
Yeah.
But if we are looking to the cream side, there is limited volume. So yeah, there is some waste, but there is actually limited volume in the system. So the waste is limited.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So basically, from looking at the chat, the questions are answered so far. I have a couple of questions here.
Okay.
A little bit. I want to ask just one more thing, basically to Eric. Just let me check that quickly. So the flavors, Eric, because what we saw now is a purely whipped cream. There are people in production that want to have a flavored cream. So the question that we have here is like, can you add different flavors to the cream?
Yeah, good question. Yes, we can. What we can add to the system is a small injection system. We can connect it at the backside, which is not available at the moment, but at least we can inject it together into the cream and aerate it together. It can be operated directly from our PLC. So if you have, let's say, 10%, 50% flavor to be added into your cream, we can set it in the recipe, and it always injects this flavor into your recipe. So it is mixed together. There are also other possibilities to add even fruit afterwards that we use static mixers for. I would say if you are interested in that one, either contact us or see our website where some examples are given.
Great. Well, if there's no more questions, then I think we will. We are 35 minutes. And Terry, come into the camera here so we can say thank you to all of you. 35 minutes in, that means if you were going to take an hour of your time, you have some time to go out, grab a cup of coffee if you're in Holland or in Denmark, maybe in Germany, I don't know. But we really appreciate the time that you spent with us today. And make sure that you've copied our emails. And if not, our contact information is on the website. And we'll be happy to answer any more questions. And of course, talk about some active projects you have. So thank you for this time. Thank you, everybody, for joining and being part of this event.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.